Okay, worksheet number 1, question 28. On this one, it's 28, 28, 34, so don't worry about the numbers of the questions, but we want to factor this completely. The first thing you should notice is that you can take an a out. So we're going to take an a out. We're going to get 10x squared minus 23x minus 5. Please do that and show that step because that will be worth 1 point. For the other point, you need to try to factor this. When you try to factor this, you should be playing around with factors of 10 and factors of 5, and you have to come up with a minus 23. So I'm going to put a 5x here and a 2x here, and then when you start playing around with different signs and you start playing around with factors of 5, I'm going to want the minus 5 to be here and the plus 1 to be here. And when you check this, you check your outer, which is minus 25x, and your inner, which is a plus 2x. That gives you your minus 23x and your factor. Next question, we want to express the product of this. So if we want to express the product, it's two binomials and we're going to have to FOIL. So please write big so you can see clearly what you're doing. This is 1/2 y squared times 12y. And then 1/2 has to multiply the 3/5. So that's going to be a positive times a positive, so plus 1/2 y squared times 3/5. Then the inner terms, which will be a negative times a positive, which is a minus 1/3 y times 12y. And then finally your last, which is a negative times a positive, which is a negative 1/3 y times 3/5. Okay? Simplifying this, you're going to get your y cubed when you multiply your y's together. 1/2 of 12 is 6, and so you're done with that term. Next, we're going to have 1/2 times 3/5, and that's going to be 3/10, and then y squared. Can't do anything with that one right now, so we're done with that. Next is going to be a negative. You have y times y, which is y squared, and the coefficient will be 1/3 of 12. That's 4, and you're done with that term. Next term is going to be a minus. The 3's will cancel. You're going to be left with a y, and you're going to be left with 1/5 y. So you take a look at your terms. The problem with this is that this is going to be part of your answer, and that's going to be part of your answer, but these can be put together. I got to express 4, so I'm going to have plus 3/10 y squared minus, I got to express 4, so it has a denominator of 10, so that's 40 over 10 y squared. So then putting all this together, I have 6 y cubed. I'm going to have plus 3 minus 40, that's minus 37 over 10 y squared, and then minus 1/5 y. That's a pretty good question, but that's the final answer. Next question is dealing with a binomial squared, and one of the first things you have to realize is you can't just square each piece. This is really just 2/3 x minus 1 times 2/3 x minus 1. When we multiply this together, first there's going to be 2/3 x times 2/3 x, outer minus 2/3 x, inner minus 2/3 x, last is 1. Multiplying these two together, you're going to get 4x squared over 9 minus 2/3 x and minus 2/3 x, that's minus 4/3 x plus 1. And that's the end of worksheet number 1. That was worksheet number 1.